What's going on, people? It's your boy Dollar Mike, and I'm back at it again with another video for you guys. This one should be a pretty solid, quick video. I'm not doing anything in particular. I just want to talk about a concept to you guys that you might not really understand fully. I get a lot of DMs often about it, especially from beginner investors. So I just want to mention it in today's video, and that is talking about position size when it comes to, taking trades on the stock market or just making positions or buying stocks, selling stocks, doing whatever you want to do. How much money should you put into one single stock versus putting into another stock or maybe an ETF? Just answers that you might want to know. And I get, like I said, I get a lot of DMs and questions talking about this. So I just want to make a quick video going over everything. So this might be a little bit of a rant and then some advice as well. So let's get right into the video. Let's go. So position size, how much money are you going to put into one stock versus another ETF versus something else? How much money are you going to put into that? How often should you change that? Should you keep it at a certain amount? Should you change it over time? I'll answer a couple of those questions that you may have right here. So first things first, on position size, you need to, well, number one, you have to understand how much money you have in your account. So you might have 1,000 in your account, 10,000, 20,000. That matters in the grand scheme of things of how much money you're going to put into one single stock or another investment. On top of that, you need to know what your risk tolerance is. When I talk about risk tolerance, I talk about how much money you're willing to put up to possibly lose in the market in order to make more money in the long term. So say for instance, I invest in a stock like Tesla versus a stock like Procter & Gamble. Two completely different companies, two completely different entities when it comes to investing. And I can promise you right now, Tesla has way more risk than Procter & Gamble does as a actual investment. Either way, would you put more of your money into Tesla, taking a little bit more risk of your money, but possibly earning a lot more in the long term? Or would you put more of your money in Procter & Gamble? You won't really see too much gains with Procter & Gamble, but you're going to collect a solid dividend, and it'll probably go up casually or just regularly over time as the world goes on. So remember that account size and overall risk tolerance. Account size is very important because if you have $1,000 total in your account, then I would stick to something around 1 to 5 stocks max. And I think 5 stocks is honestly a little bit of a stretch. So maybe 1 to 3 stocks max if you have about $1,000 in your account, because the whole point is you want to make sure you're making money if the stock goes up. If you go ahead and buy 20 different stocks and spread your money thin, then you're not going to make much money if one stock runs up. And I'll show an example of that on my Robinhood portfolio. So we have my Robinhood account open right here. I'm sitting at about 34,000 bucks. Cool stuff. And you guys know, or if you don't know, this portfolio is mainly focused on dividend stocks and growth stocks. So I'll have dividend stocks and I'll have growth stocks in here. That's pretty much it. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and click on this percentage here. This is my all-time gains and losses on every single stock that I have in my portfolio. You can see total percent change. We're actually gonna change that on over to your equity. On your equity, you can see how much money you have invested into every single stock in your portfolio on Robinhood. So you can see I have about $1,900 invested into Apple, $1,100 into Microsoft, about $600 in Amazon, Tesla almost 4,000, and the list goes on. DGRO a little bit over 4,000. You guys get the point. I just got Jeppy, so make sure you check that video out. It's I got rid of QILD and I got Jeppy. I talk about all that in my video. It'll be linked up there. Either way, you can see. So let's go ahead and click on Amazon right here, for instance. I have 5 shares of Amazon. It's worth about $587 right now. If Amazon happens to go up, or I pretty much make a profit on Amazon, and any type of profit I make, or for instance, it doubles in money pretty much. It goes from 115 to 230 or whatever. If that's 100% gain. So if that's 100% gain, overall, that 587 would only turn into about 1,200 bucks. Let's go ahead and do that because I'm terrible at math. So 587 times 2, yeah, about 1,200 bucks. So $1,174. So if Amazon ran up 100%, meaning the stock went from $115 a share all the way up to $230 a share. Let me just make sure that math is right because, like I said, my math is terrible. Great, $230 a share. Then I would only come out with another $587. And you may say, well, that's cool, but I don't know how long Amazon's going to take to do that. That could happen next week. It could happen over the course of the next 5 years. That's still a great investment. 100% return over the next 5 years is great. But if you only have $587 invested, that's not going to change your life. I think that's just the main point I'm trying to get at. It's not going to change your life. An extra $587 won't make you a millionaire, obviously, But if I invested half of my portfolio, if I had 20 or 40, I guess $20,000 or $10,000 in Amazon, then I could double to $20,000. $20,000 isn't life changing either, but the point is that's a lot more money that you can do a lot more with, that can be reinvested to make you even more money versus an extra $500 will. So what I'm saying is, don't spread yourself thin. If you have $1,000 in your account, don't go out and buy 20 different stocks, because overall, when it comes to those stocks rising in value, you really won't make that much money versus you buying 1 to 2 stocks and you have 500 times 2, or 500 doubled is 1,000. Now you have 1,000. Now you can cut off half of that position if you want to and go buy another stock, and hopefully that runs up and gets you another double your money, pretty much another 1,000. So you can do just that, and that's pretty much the gist of it. And I mentioned this often in my DMs. I don't see too many people comment on it on YouTube, but it's always a question I get asked, and I just want to make sure I clarify that information for you. So there you guys go. Okay, so now that we understand the importance of position size and how that correlates to your overall account value, let's go back on into my Robinhood app, load that on up, go back onto the home screen. We're still sitting at the same amount of money. I'm recording this on a Saturday. And let's talk about risk. So we scroll back on down, because risk tolerance is very important. If we scroll back on down, like I said before, Tesla and Procter & Gamble are 2 different companies. They have different risk factors. You'll probably be a lot safer with Procter & Gamble than you would with Tesla stock, but you could also make a lot more money from Tesla stock than you probably would with Procter & Gamble in the short term, or even in the long term. We don't know. We have to wait and see what the future holds for us. The point is, we need to talk about risk, because if you have $1,000 yet again, and you want to go ahead and invest in something like Tesla instead of Procter & Gamble, then you're taking a lot more risk with your money. So that means you could be risking your entire account value versus Procter & Gamble, where it's not really going to change that much. And if you're going to risk your entire account value, hopefully you're in it to actually try to make some money. You know, you're not in it just to take a blind risk and just, or like, you know, buying Bitcoin without thinking about what Bitcoin actually is or understanding what Bitcoin actually is. It's the same thing. If you don't understand what Tesla is as a company, how they make money, all that kind of good stuff, then I wouldn't recommend you buy Tesla or any other stock, to be completely honest. At least do a little bit of research and find out what you really like and what you want to be invested into, and then go deeper and learn about their financials and all that kind of stuff. And I do have a video coming soon on just that. So let's actually check out another stock in the portfolio that has a lot of money in it. I think I'm gonna go with DGRO. So let me go back on up, because I just have a lot of money in there. DGRO right now is sitting at $48.39 a share. If we scroll down, I have about 85 shares, and that's about $4,151. And you can see right here where it says portfolio diversity, it says 12.44%. So essentially what it's saying is, this all correlates back to position size. Essentially, the portfolio diversity is saying how much of your money is dedicated to this one single stock. Now, other investing apps have something like this, or you can calculate this on your own by just doing some simple math. But, you know, Robinhood is just right in your face like that, which is fine. It's great. So if DGRO was to go to zero right here, if it was to go to $0 a share, it won't. But if it did, then obviously that 12.44%, I can kiss all that money goodbye. So I would be 4,151. It would go down to zero. So I'll be short, or I'll be down $4,151, which would take me down to about $30,000 total account value. So like I said, DGRO, I don't think that would happen with something like that. Tesla, I don't think that would happen. But when you look at stuff like crypto, definitely crypto is extremely risky. We've seen what crypto can do. We've seen crypto can run, you know, crazy rallies, and we've seen it drop crazy rallies as well. And I also have another crypto video coming up as well. But regardless, if we look at crypto over the past like 3 months, you can see it's down 50% in value. So if you bought $20,000 worth of Bitcoin 3 months ago, now it's worth $10,000. Maybe you need that money, maybe not, but that's a lot of risk you're taking with your money just because of the understanding of what cryptocurrency is. You're going to take more risk anyway. But this still applies to stocks as well, especially some of those high-risk stocks that are like under $10 a share that might do really well, but, you know, we're in kind of a recession right now. So those companies probably aren't the best type of companies to buy. A lot of people aren't really too keen on buying stuff that's going to lose them money, especially while they're already paying more money outside with inflation going on as well. So the whole point is, be careful. Be careful. Focus on your position size, focus on your risk tolerance, and make sure you understand what you're actually invested in. And on top of that, just take care of your portfolio. Don't go out and just buy 20 different stocks because you have $1,000 to do so. I understand. I did the same exact thing. And you can see my portfolio. I mean, I got about 27 stocks right here, and I have about $34,000. So I think honestly for myself, I still need to cut down on my positions as well. And I mentioned that multiple times. It's something that a lot of beginners just don't pick up on. They go and buy 20, 30 different stocks. And I just want to bring it to your attention because like I said, I get a lot of questions and DMs about it all the time. And it's always the same exact response. So I figured I'd make a quick video about it and let you guys know. If I'm looking at my notes right here. I'm trying to see if there's any more information regarding it, but that's pretty much it. It's not too difficult as far as what else you can get out of that. And yeah, so that's all I got for today's video. If you guys want to see more content like this or just, some simple breakdowns and stuff like that where I just talk about certain stock market concepts or I guess investing concepts, definitely let me know. Drop a like on this video to see more content like that. It'll be comment section down below. You guys already know. You can ask me any question you want. I've been doing this for about, where are we at, 2022? Doing this for a minute now, like 2-3 years. So I'm still on the journey just like you are. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, on top of that, check out the links down below. The links down below will get you tons of free stocks, free cryptocurrency. Check out the rest of the channel. I have like over 200 videos talking about different personal finance things if you're interested in that. And I also have 2 new partnerships. So one of those partnerships right here, I mentioned crypto earlier, is Ledger. Right here is Ledger. This is my Ledger wallet. So I actually have all my crypto not stored on here, but stored on the blockchain. And my private key is stored on here. So I have full 100% access to my cryptocurrency, unlike a lot of people don't right now because of a lot of things going on in the world where cryptocurrency is taking a nice dip. So I have full access to my crypto. I don't have anything to worry about on that front of things. And then my other partnership is with Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is super solid. They're super cool investment website where you get a whole bunch of different, or you can get a whole bunch of different investment-like knowledge that they'll cover you when it comes to financial reports. You'll receive articles. You can do stock comparisons. It's so much stuff. It would take me a full-blown video, maybe 2 or 3 just to talk about it. So yeah, check out Seeking Alpha. If you sign up with my link down below, you'll get $40 off a premium membership. And when you sign up, on top of that, it's also a free trial. So you can try it out, cancel it if you don't like it. If you do like it, keep it. I personally have it. It's amazing. And you'll see a lot more Seeking Alpha on the channel. If you watch my last couple of videos, I've been using Seeking Alpha as pretty much all my examples and everything. And I did a full stock comparison with JEPI, QYLD, and the S&P 500 in my previous video. So definitely check it out. Seeking Alpha is great. Either way, that's all the plugs I got from me. That's all the sponsorships and partnerships and whatever. But yeah, I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay positive. Stay hydrated. It's raining. Dollar Mike. Peace.